Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we've got a Tamiya TT02B chassis with a Plasma Edge II that we're going to be building very soon on this channel, and we'll put a video up of that. But today's video is all about what you would find in a kit like this, or what you will get when you go out to buy a Tamiya car. So you can see that it's beautifully boxed. It's really nicely coloured. Gives you all the ideas of what the car is going to look like when it's done. You've got yellow wheels, you've got studded tyres, nice designs on the bodywork. I really do like that body. You go over onto the other side here. You can actually customize the car. You can see you can change the types of tyres that you could go for. These are hop-up parts. You can change the differential, the universal shafts. You can do the bearing install as well, and I've actually got a set of bearings to go onto this. Now this is something that's really important. Talking about bearings, this is a TT02B chassis, and these are bearings that I've got from Race Pace Bearings. I've used them quite a few times. They're really good with their parts. I've not had problems with their bearings going wrong. I'm actually going to do a comparison in one of my videos where I'll have a wheel on a car that doesn't have a bearing and one wheel that has a bearing, and you will be surprised with the difference that a set of bearings can make. These in particular, they are for the TT02B chassis, and that's what this is. So these are all the correct bearings. They will all go in there, and we'll show you where they go in a minute. So what do you get in a kit? You know, these are not cheap. These are like £120, some are more, some are less, but this particular one I think was about £130. I'll put a link below so you know where to get one from. So now that we've got the box open, you can see the actual body shell is quite thin. It's made out of Lexan, so you've got to cut all round right there. There's the wing that will go on, that will be cut separately, but you're going to paint the insides and put the decals on top. This is the actual chassis. These chassis, I really like the design on this chassis. It's quite strong, and so even when you try and twist it, it won't. And it's to do with the support that you've got, all round support there, supports. Some nice, really good strong chassis right there. These are all the little bits that you get when you buy something like this, and you've got to cut all the parts off to build the parts. You get tyres. You've got to glue the tyres onto the rims. These are the rims. That's why I said look at the yellow colour on these rims. They look really nice. They look better than what's on the picture. Again, you can use these tyres, or you could go for the upgraded option. We're probably going to use these tyres for now, but in the future we'll have to upgrade them to the hop-up ones, because they really look nice. I like them. Some more bits here. I believe there's a front bumper there. This one here, this is all to do with the motors. You've got the motor mounts, different types of motor mounts, and a cover for the motor. The battery holder. This is what I meant about bushings. This is what Tamiya lists. This is what they give you, and instead of using the bushings, I'm going to be using these fancy bearings in here, and all of these bearings are the correct ones. So what you see in here is going to be replaced with bearings, so that the whole thing is going to be fully ball raced. It also comes with a torque-tuned motor. Torque-tuned motor is actually faster than a normal Tamiya motor that you get. I find these to be actually better when it comes to speed. They're slightly faster, and well, let's face it, if you're building a car, you want it to go fast. There's dry shafts in there and bits of the cups. Again, you've got to cut all these things out. There's a special tool, but again, that will be shown in my other videos. There's a tool that I use to cut these off, and they're not hard. Even if you haven't got a tool, you can pull these off. They're quite easy to come off. the instructions are very high detail. If you look at the keys on this side here, everything here, all the screws actually match up to these. So if you're not sure, you put the screw right next to it, you'll know it's the correct screw. But again, you can't beat drawings like this. And the good thing about a Tamiya kit is once it's made, you've made it yourself, you've built it, so you know when you have an accident or if it breaks down, you need to replace parts, you know exactly what part you're replacing, how hard it is to replace. If you've forgotten, you can always go back onto the book and start looking and getting ideas on how it's all done. This particular model actually comes with oil-filled shocks, and I think I just saw something on here about oil-filled. Yep. Yes, these are oil-filled shocks, so there's all the instructions right there on how to fill the shocks with the oil. This was one of the reasons why I got this Tamiya kit, because we're going to use it on weekends, and we wanted something with oil-filled shocks, and I thought, well, why don't I just get something that's already got the oil shocks in there, instead of going for upgraded shocks later. These here are all the graphics. I mean, look at the graphics there, it's just beautiful. But they're not pre-cut, which means you've got to cut them. You've got to cut each and every graphic in here into detail, and then once you've cut them, you can put them on. One of the things that Tamiya has changed in their kits now is the speed controller. This isn't the normal speed controller that's from Tamiya. This is a Carson speed controller. Carson's right there. The thing about this speed controller, I did read up on it. It will take 2S batteries and 3S, and it's already got the Dean's connector on there. Now, I don't use the Dean's connector, so I'm actually going to change it for an XT90, because I think a lot of my lipos are XT90s, and I've got some other ones. But yeah, I will be changing that connector. The good thing is it's got a cutoff in there, so you can safely use lipo batteries as far as I know. Again, 2S, 3S. I don't really think I'd be running Tamiya kits on 3S right now. I think I'd probably just go with the 2S and see how it goes. I think 3S might be a little bit too much power on something like this. But yeah, apart from this is what you will find in a Tamiya kit. I'd always advise you to make sure that you've got bearings ready, so when you make the kit, you've got them to go into the right place, because to fit them in after is a lot harder. I will put a link down for where I got the bearings from. It's a very good company. They normally post things out within 24 hours of getting the order. I've never had a problem with this company supplying me bearings, and I've recently bought quite a few bearing kits from them. So I'll be doing a few cars, and we'll be using their bearings. So if you want to see this kit being built, you want to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be putting on quite a few kits. I've got quite a few new kits coming in, and if there's a kit that you want me to build, just put your comments below and I'll try my best to try and build something. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments below.